Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Dive. We're always looking at the cutting edge here, and today we're going to be diving into something pretty wild. It's called Agentic AI.
Yeah, Agentic AI. It's a big one.
So we're not just talking about the AI that, suggests your next favorite song or writes a poem for you. This is different.
This is AI that can figure things out on its own to achieve goals like you would.
Exactly. Think about it almost like having a super capable digital helper. That can take initiative both in your personal life and even in your work life.
Right. So we've been going through a ton of research on this. Really interesting stuff.
Yeah. And our goal for this deep dive is to help you really understand what agentic AI is, how it could actually impact your life, your job, your day-to-day. We're going to try to look into the future a bit too. Well, what could this all mean down the road? But we really want to do it all without, getting too bogged down in the technical stuff.
That's right. We want to keep it clear and simple so you can really grasp the core of it, what it is, how it works, and what it could mean for you. That's what we're focusing on today.
Yeah, for sure. So, all right, let's jump right in. What exactly is agentic AI? What makes it different from, all the other types of AI that we've been hearing about?
So think of it this way. It's kind of like stages of evolution. We started with AI that was really good at predicting things. Will it rain tomorrow? That kind of thing.
Right. Forecasts and predictions. We hear about that all the time.
Yeah, exactly. And then came AI that was amazing at creating things, like writing stories, making art, composing music.
Generative AI. Right. That's been a big one recently.
Huge. And Agentic AI, it's like the next step. It can actually do things, take actions to achieve a specific goal, and it does it without needing someone to constantly tell it what to do.
Okay, so instead of just telling me what might happen or, creating something when I ask it to, this AI can figure out what needs to happen and then just go make it happen.
You got it. It's a real game changer. The core difference here is what we call autonomy. It can act independently to complete tasks after it gets a clear understanding of what the goal is.
So, could you give an example?
Sure. Imagine you want to, plan a surprise party for a friend.
Okay, yeah, surprise birthday party.
Perfect. So a regular AI, it might give you a list of places to have the party, if you ask it for that.
Right, like venue suggestions.
Right. But an agentic AI, this is where it gets really interesting. It could research venues, check availability, send out the invitations, even coordinate the decorations, all on its own. Because it understands the big picture, the goal of throwing that surprise party.
So it's not just giving you pieces of the puzzle, it's putting the whole thing together.
Exactly. It's like having, an incredibly capable assistant who doesn't need you to micromanage every single step.
Got it. So it's really a shift from AI just processing information to AI taking charge and solving problems.
Absolutely. It goes way beyond just generating content, which is what we saw with, generative AI. Agentic AI, this is about complete solutions. So it's not just about, making a to-do list. It's about actually getting those things done.
Interesting. So we've established it can act independently to reach a goal, but how does it work? What are the key abilities that let it do this?
Okay, so there are a few crucial things here. We've already talked about autonomy, that ability to act on its own, but another big one is adaptability. So as it interacts with the world and gets feedback, it learns and it fine-tunes its approach to make better decisions in the future.
So it kind of learns as it goes.
It does. It evolves based on what it encounters and the feedback it receives. Then you have goal orientation. So it's very focused, laser focused really, on achieving specific objectives. And it can take a big, complicated task and break it down into smaller, more manageable steps.
So it can kind of plan things out.
It can. And then there's reasoning. This is really important because it means the AI can assess different situations, consider its options, and make smart choices based on all of that. And what's really fascinating is that some agentic AI can even tap into multiple other AI models to get different viewpoints before making a decision.
So it's like getting advice from a bunch of different experts before making a move.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And of course, it needs to be able to understand us. So language understanding is key. Being able to process the instructions we give it in normal, everyday language.
Right, we don't need to be coding or using special commands.
No, not at all. And then this is a big one, workflow optimization. So it can manage and complete even really complex processes in an efficient way. It uses different tools, different sources of information, whatever it needs to get things done.
So it's like a project manager.
Yeah.
A really smart, resourceful project manager that can also actually do the work.
Yeah. That's a great way to put it. And all of these core abilities, they're supported by a bunch of other factors too, like, the ability to interact with its environment, to gather information. And it's often designed in a modular way with different specialized components that work together.
Like a team.
Right. And it's built to handle a ton of work. And it uses feedback, remember, to learn and improve. It can take in information, make plans, decide what actions to take, and then actually take those actions. And we're also seeing more and more collaboration between AI and humans, and even between different AIs.
Okay, I'm starting to get a much clearer picture of this whole thing. It's really complex, but you're breaking it down well. So now I want to shift gears a little bit and talk about how this could actually impact our lives, starting with our personal lives. How could agentic AI make our day-to-day easier?
I think about this all the time. Imagine all those little everyday hassles just disappearing. Think about managing your schedule, emails, booking appointments, all those little logistical things. And agentic AI, it could take care of all of that for you seamlessly.
Okay, so it's like a personal assistant.
It really is. And remember that example of planning a surprise party? Well, it could take that even further. It could, connect with your friends, find the best movie times, book the tickets, maybe even order food, all just from you saying, hey, I want to plan a movie night.
So you're not managing these tasks anymore. The AI is just taking care of them.
Proactively. And it's not just scheduling and planning. What about managing all those daily chores, things around the house, optimizing your smart home, like adjusting the temperature automatically based on your preferences, turning off lights, reordering groceries, all those things.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right. Think about how much easier that would make things. And even entertainment. I mean, it could get so personalized. This AI learns what you like, what you don't like, finding something you'll love. It becomes effortless.
No more scrolling through endless recommendations.
Exactly. And think about education. Imagine an AI tutor that's tailored to your specific learning style. It focuses on the areas where you need more help. It's like having a personalized educational experience without having to constantly search for the right resources.
It's like having a study buddy that's available 24/7 and knows exactly what you need.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. And healthcare too. So many possibilities. Booking appointments, monitoring your health data, flagging anything unusual, giving you personalized recommendations to stay healthy, all of that.
It makes navigating the healthcare system, which can be so complex, much easier.
So much easier. And transportation. I mean, self-driving cars. They're already here, but they'll get even better. Powered by this type of AI, making real-time decisions on the road, keeping us safe. And even finances. Managing your money can be so stressful. But agentic AI could offer personalized advice. Take care of things like paying bills.
That would be a game changer for so many people.
Right. It's about convenience, personalized experiences, making smarter choices, and just making life easier. That's the potential here.
Yeah, it's like offloading so much of the mental load, the stress of daily life to this really intelligent assistant. I love it. So, okay, we've talked about our personal lives, but what about work? How could agentic AI change how we do our jobs?
Big question, right? We could see a huge boost in efficiency and a whole wave of new possibilities. In business, you can imagine supply chains that automatically adapt to problems, disruptions, workflows that handle all the complex operations so human teams can focus on the big picture.
It seems like it could really streamline a lot of those core business functions.
No, absolutely. And in healthcare, more personalized patient care, faster, more accurate diagnoses, more efficient management of healthcare systems, all of this leading to better outcomes for patients.
That's huge.
So important. Think about software development. Imagine AI helping with coding, debugging, faster development cycles, better quality software, and cybersecurity too, constantly monitoring for threats, responding in real time to keep us safe.
Right, because the threats are evolving so quickly.
All the time. And in finance. Detecting fraud more effectively, making trading faster, better risk assessment, and even in manufacturing. Imagine AI that can predict when equipment might fail.
To prevent those costly breakdowns.
Exactly. And optimize those production lines, make everything run more smoothly. And logistics, too. Smarter routes for deliveries, better inventory management, it just goes on and on.
It sounds like it could touch almost every industry.
It really could. And customer service, how many times have you been stuck waiting on hold? Agentic AI could be handling those inquiries, resolving those issues faster and more effectively. And in education. Imagine personalized learning platforms tailored to each student's needs. And AI could even automate a lot of the administrative tasks, freeing up teachers to focus on teaching.
It's exciting to think about the possibilities in education. And what about like more specialized fields?
Like law.
Yeah.
Yeah, so AI could assist with document review, making those processes way more efficient. And even in HR, automating things like the initial resume screening. So many possibilities.
So it's not just about taking over repetitive tasks anymore. It's AI actually taking on more complex roles, roles that involve decision-making, strategy.
Exactly. So the key things we're talking about are enhanced productivity, being able to automate complex tasks, making better decisions because the AI can process so much information.
Makes sense.
And we'll likely see a whole new job roles emerging, people who are focused on managing these AI systems, collaborating with them.
That's a great point. We actually came across this real-world example, MoveWorks, and their HelpBot. So what problem were they trying to solve with this?
MoveWorks, they really zeroed in on this pain point that a lot of companies face, which is how do you provide really good internal support, especially IT support?
Right, because that can be a huge drain on resources.
It is. Employees need help with all sorts of things, and the traditional help desk model, it can be slow, it can be inefficient.
So what did they do?
They created HelpBot. It's an AI assistant powered by Agentic AI, and it can understand what employees need help with in plain language, and then it can either resolve the issue automatically or it can give them the information they need without needing a human to get involved.
So it's like having an IT expert on call all the time.
Right there, ready to help. And what's really cool is that it can actually learn from each interaction, getting smarter and smarter.
So what can HelpBot actually do?
So much. It uses natural language processing to understand what the employee is asking. And then for those common issues, it can offer self-service solutions. So the employee can fix things themselves quickly. And it can connect with all the company's systems to access information, to actually fix things automatically behind the scenes. And because it's agentic, it can go beyond just answering simple questions. It can reason through complex issues.
And what about the results?
Huh.
Have companies actually seen benefits from using this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big time. One company, Power Design, they were able to automate over 1,000 hours of IT tasks by using HelpBot. Think about all the time that freed up their IT team to work on more strategic projects. And Palo Alto Networks, they use their own version called, get this, Sheldon.
That's pretty clever.
Right. And it offers personalized support to all their employees, especially with everyone working in different ways now. And a bunch of other companies, like Achieve, they use similar AI agents to provide instant help for those everyday IT problems.
So what does all of this mean?
Well, happier employees, greater efficiency. And, the MoveWorks example is a perfect illustration of how agentic AI is moving beyond theory and into the real world, where it's making a real difference.
I love that. So let's look ahead now. What are some of the exciting developments we might see in agentic AI? What's coming down the pipeline?
So many things. I think one of the big things is that we're going to see it become even more integrated with other technologies. Like, imagine agentic AI working hand in hand with, that advanced generative AI we talked about to create even more powerful, more sophisticated content.
Right, because generative AI is already so good at creating things.
And imagine it working with the Internet of Things, embedding AI into everyday devices, making our homes, our cities even smarter. And robotics, too, where agentic AI could allow robots to perform way more complex tasks.
So basically, even smarter AI, working in more areas of our lives, controlling more devices.
Exactly. And we can expect to see AI agents with even more advanced reasoning capabilities. They'll be able to tackle those really complex tasks with less and less human input. And the development of multi-agent systems, that's a big one. Imagine multiple AI agents working together, like a team, to solve those really big, challenging problems.
That's fascinating.
It is. And we'll probably see easier-to-use interfaces, too, tools that don't require you to know how to code, to make this technology accessible to more people.
So more people can build and use it.
Exactly. And the overall trend, it's towards more personalized, adaptable AI. AI that truly understands you and can meet your specific needs, both in your personal life and at work.
It's a pretty incredible picture you're painting, a huge shift in how we interact with technology. So to kind of bring it all together, it sounds like agentic AI is a major step forward in the evolution of artificial intelligence. And it's not just about, crunching data or creating content. It's about AI that can take action on its own to achieve goals. And this has the potential to change everything from how we live to how we work, and hopefully making our lives a lot simpler along the way.
Yeah, that sums it up perfectly. It's about AI becoming more proactive, more autonomous, a true partner in our everyday lives and in our work.
So as AI becomes more and more independent, more capable of acting on its own, what new possibilities or questions does that raise for you? How could it change your day-to-day activities? What goals could it help you achieve? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll see you next time.